6 years ago, four-time PGA winner and Albuquerque's own Notah Begay III established a foundation to address the profound health and wellness issues that impact Native American youth and to empower those youth and help them realize their potential as tomorrow's leaders. Well, Notah Begay joins us this morning from Verona, New York, where he is going to be dealing with golf's elite amongst himself today, teeing up for the NB3 Foundation Challenge. Good morning, Notah. Such a pleasure to have you today.
Good morning. It's always great to visit with all my friends and family back in New Mexico.
Absolutely. You miss, you know, with the hurricane out in New York and everything, you must be really missing Albuquerque this week.
Well, we managed to just catch the outer rim of the weather, so we got a little bit of rain Sunday, but ever since then it's been perfect sunny days out here. So we've got another perfect day for this event, and we're hoping to raise over $500,000 today.
Yes, please tell us about the NB3 Foundation and today's tournament and how it all correlates together.
Well, as you know, one of the biggest hurdles for any nonprofit is raising money. And any way that you can find consistent and accessible means to raise money to fund your programs and pay your staff is of the utmost importance to the success of the organization. And this event sort of originated through a friend, my business partner Mark Freeland and I wanted to come up with a way for the very successful gaming tribes to give back, but also to create a platform of philanthropy and public service. And we've been able to do that. The Oneida Indian Nation, the Turning Stone Resort here in upstate New York, has been one of our founding sponsors, and they've helped us raise, after today, will be close to $3 million in 4 years of an event. So it's been very successful.
So fantastic to hear that. And you know, you really are such an inspiration to Native American youth. And I wanted to ask you, why do you focus on type 2 diabetes and obesity in Native American youth? What made you decide to focus on that particularly?
Because it's completely preventable. I couldn't tell you how to cure cancer. I couldn't tell you how to cure leukemia. I can tell you some proactive measures to sort of mitigate those conditions. But type 2 diabetes, childhood obesity, I can tell you how to 100%. I could tell you how to prevent it. And with with people's health care and the health care in this country becoming less and less effective, and we're not able to afford certain parts of it, we got to take matters into our own hands and teach our kids how to take care of themselves. And this is a way to stay out of the hospital when you're 35, 40 years old. I mean, and stay off of dialysis. I mean, it's just it makes sense from an economic standpoint and from a health standpoint. It
sure does. And the foundation is certainly serving the Native American community. Tell us a little bit about how that's working.
It's going extremely well. We've partnered with Johns Hopkins University. The Nike N7 program is a big supporter of ours, and we've got two primary programs that are at San Felipe Pueblo, just north of Albuquerque, and at To'Hajiilee Navajo Nation community, just west of Albuquerque. One's a golf program, one's a soccer program, and in the last year alone, we've serviced over 8,000 kids around the country. And in those particular programs, we service right around 500 kids. So, well, we're doing our best to mobilize this initiative, to use the resources that we raise here and that Johns Hopkins gives us from an intellectual standpoint to make sure that our programs are predicated on science and that they work before we make them a part of our curriculum.
Well, that's definitely the best way to do it. And you even announced a new partnership with the PGA of America. So tell us about the partnership and how it's actually also going to help Native youth.
Well, one of the biggest barriers to entry into golf for underprivileged kids, and in particular Native American kids, is access to facilities, resources, and programs. But on Indian reservations, there's over 70 Native-owned golf courses, and so we can eliminate some of those barriers, but we have to have good and strong partners. I mentioned Johns Hopkins, I mentioned Nike. The PGA of America is just another addition to the list of blue-chip partners that are going to stand side by side in addressing this issue. Golf and fitness are starting to become hand in hand. They've developed an academy concept that introduces their young golfers to nutrition and fitness concepts. And so we ran the first of 3 programs we're going to run this fall here with our kids. We had about 30 to 50 kids show up, and they were playing tug of war, they were throwing footballs, they were playing lacrosse, anything and everything that we can to get our kids active. And so what we encourage our kids to do is when they do play golf,
yes.
you know, carry your bag and walk. I mean,
Get
that's some of the greatest exercise. And the parents, you parents, go walk with your kid. Keep them company. Get to know your kid. Don't just let them sit on the couch by themselves and play video games. Interact with your child, and I promise the benefits will pay off tenfold.
Great advice. And how can our viewers get more information about the foundation?
Well, you can go to one of two websites. You can go to www.notah.com/foundation, or you can go to NB3Foundation.com, and you can make a contribution, whether it's $10, $100, anything helps what we're trying to achieve, and you can learn more about what we're doing, and we'll give you a full report of everything that we're producing as far as our results. And I think everybody that's been partnered with us has been very satisfied with our approach.
Absolutely. Notah Begay, thank you so much. Good luck today, and happy birthday in 2 weeks.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, and we'll be right back.